I wanted to talk about that first because I've read some articles, and apparently the guy that basically shot up like them kids and that teacher. Apparently, security didn't check him first before he came into the building, which is
Well, it was
that's
it was just a
number one.
it was a baffling situation from the jump. Okay, this young man's birthday, I believe, was maybe like 2 days or a day beforehand. His grandmother decided to say, "Hey, the greatest gift to give your young 18-year-old grandson." I get it. Thanks, Grandma, but like the greatest gift in the world, let's get him a shotgun. Takes the shotgun, shoots Grandma. Grandma has to go airborne, and then he just loses his crap from that point on. Like man, I think he grand theft grandma's car, wrecked it, went into a gun shootout with cops. I believe he shot maybe like four or five. I'm not quite sure. And then he just happened to he made his way into the building. Like I don't even think security could have stopped him at that point because they put on they he was on the lockdown. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like it's just that whole scenario is just it's
I
It's
it's
bad.
mean,
It's
it,
terrible.
this
it
shit
is.
is just so ridiculous. I mean, I don't think we've had. I mean, with COVID happening, there was not a lot of this happening, and then soon as we go back to normal, we had the Buffalo shooting, we had the Texas shooting. I mean, Jesus Christ, man! Like, we need to get we need to get our shit together, man. I
It
mean,
doesn't make any sense too, because if you notice the ratio of these men who are doing these are young men. Okay, like I believe this last guy, and he was. This is what kills me, and I don't mean to bring it into the light like this, but I have gotten several, and one including being my mom, several different pictures of people kind of telling. Again, I don't mean to be that guy, but telling us African American young men to be careful at local environments like Walmart, Target, your bigger establishments, because they are just targeting people now for mass shooting situations. So I mean, like, it kills me on that behalf because of the fact the young man that shot up the school, I believe, was Hispanic.
Yes.
And going further back, I don't mean to go too far back, but the last couple of shootings, no disrespect to you guys, I love you like brothers, but they were Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mhm.
like in my head, I'm like, when I saw some of these articles, I'm like, well, why are they targeting for us necessarily? Not saying they are, but why is that being a conversational topic? Like, it's just, why can't we just address the fact that the matter is there are serious control issues right now when it comes to handing over a weapon to somebody. I'm not blaming it on the weapon itself. If anything, I am more concerned about those who are withholding these weapons. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can do background checks, we can do whatever we want and stuff like that, but who's saying that's stopping, like, the neighbor down the way trying to sell me a weapon because he has one, Like, you can literally grab a weapon from anywhere, and then it just kills me enough that we don't have enough security to stop these matters from happening or getting to the public schools like our elementary and middle schools. Like, it scares me to know that there are elementary schools and preschool students who talk with the idea of school shootings as if that's supposed to be normalized. Like, it's supposed to be normal that there's just a person possibly coming into the school just ready to shoot you up. Like, you never know what's going to happen in life, but you talk as if this is supposed to be a normal thing. That, oh my gosh, here comes Walter walking on the property with an AR, shotgun, hit 9 millimeter, whatever, and I'm just gonna shoot up the school.
I
Like,
mean, in the way, like, I mean, the media has portrayed it. I mean, again, I said this on the last episode. If you watch the media, I mean, you can watch CNN and Fox News, just a prime example. They'll talk about the same thing, but it's just completely different if you actually take time to watch it. because again, we're living in a society now politically of extremists. You got the far left over here, extremist of like in regard to this situation. Uh, People want to just take away all the weapons ever. Let's never have weapons ever again. That's the left side. On the right side, we need security. We need barbed wire, treating schools like it's a freaking like military combat zone, and it's not good for kids. Now, if these were grown ass people in the military, I mean, sure, whatever. But these are little kids, like ranging from kindergarten all the way to seniors in high school. They're just kids. So
I just I
I just
understand
think.
that. Like, hold on, let me give my point. I understand that, but it gotten to the point that now people cherish mayors. They don't even know what to do at that point because they feel like, they. I feel like that's the only way they can protect these kids without just getting physically harmed for like some reason out of like some other's mind. Like I've got like, for example, say I got bullied from this person 2 years ago, so I'm gonna shoot
Well,
up the
if
school.
that's the case, you're moving off of a mental personality. It's like I told people before, like yes, the mental state of mind, the emotional atmosphere of somebody that may have been gotten picked on in school, bullied, may have some trauma built up on the inside. I feel like I spoke with my mom about this. I feel like you may have that going on, mentally going on, like your issues going on. I still feel like deep down, that going into an elementary school, preschool, the grocery store thing, the church thing, you know that this isn't going to go out for you. It's not going to go well for you. I feel like you still have that mindset of common sense of saying like, hey, this ain't going to go well. I mean, again, be it that it may, they may have some mental delays where it's like they just don't care about it the way we're thinking about it. But I still feel like there's something in your head that's like, I'm going to end the life of all these kids, and it sounds like a fantastic idea. Like I just don't feel like you can let your past experience of bullying and getting picked on dwell upon little kids that have nothing to do with your bullying or your circumstances. These kids have not even experienced life yet.
I
They're not
know.
even walking and talking properly. Half of them, they're like their verbal skills are not even where the comprehension of even knowing what that guy could have been mad about was, and you just rain on them.
But it's not just about who's holding the gun or the gun. It's the fact that there needs to be a middle ground on gun laws in place. Me, G, and my father had the discussion about this before we hopped on. What needs to happen to, again, with the background checks, that should be a part of it. We need to start building armories. And if you have a war weapon like ARs, bazookas, like whatever, what can be used in the military should not be used personally. Now, people are going to be like, well, it's my gun, my choice. Well, here's the thing, you don't get the clip. You don't get the bullets. It's going to be stationed at the armory with the shooting range. If you want to shoot, just bring the actual gun, load it up, shoot it at the shooting range. Do it all you want. You can keep the actual gun just with no clip. It and also gives the background check. It also gives a place to shoot, and as well as also for the right side, they're saying you're not going to take our guns away because of the Second Amendment. Guess what? We're using that Second Amendment as the armory, where we're storing, have the ammo and everything ready. So in case like if Russia invades us, guess what? We have our own militias ready to go. In case our army or navy, air force, whatever the fuck doesn't stop them, we are ready to go. I think that's going to solve a lot of problems with gun control right there.
I mean, like I said, I agree with the matter of what your dad said earlier because I think that doesn't make sense. I don't think we as the public should be having the capability of walking around with what your dad spoke on as military graded, whatever word he used, as military graded weaponry. Like, we should not just be walking around. Like, imagine it. Imagine walking around and I'm just saying, hey guys, you want to go shooting? Yeah, totally. Let's bring my tank, or let's bring my missile launcher, my grenade launcher, my because I think one of those military weapons is in the Marines where it shoots freaking grenades. Imagine someone having one of that, just coming up the road. Do 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 do. I'm gonna go bump into a school with what? What is that in your hand? It's a grenade gun type deal.
Well, that's why we have the armories to store those war
I'm saying
weapons
that's what
there.
I'm saying. I agree on having something like that because we don't need that type of firearm just willy nilly walking around on everyday time.
Exactly. I mean, the most to have a weapon on them in regards of in a house or apartment is a shotgun or a 22. And then if we're doing concealed carry, then just a 9 millimeter would do fine. Those I could accept, but these ARs, machine guns, Uzis, they make no sense. Why you have that, I have no idea. And based on people who like guns or enthusiasts, they say it's fun because I like it. Okay, you can keep the actual gun, but you're not getting the magazine. You're not getting the ammo. It's all stored at the there. If you want to shoot it, pay for the ammo, pay for the shooting time. That's it, and then you just take that part of the gun home with you, so you can still have it in your house, but there's no clips.
Don't have the privilege of owning that clip unless you go to somewhere to fire that arm because we just don't need to be having those out on the streets, man. It just makes no sense, and I don't know, man. It's just so much going on with these. I'm not mad at the weapons, man. It's just so much going on that all people can think about is, oh, we need to get rid of the guns. We need to get rid of the guns. And in reality, it's like, no, we just need to figure out the better solution on how to handle these situations. Like, there's a lot of things that needs to start happening. I really think, despite from the gun situation, the weaponry, I really think a lot of our schools, a lot of our like basic public places that collect a lot of people, like again, Walmart, Target, maybe your local supermarkets. Like, I feel like those places need to have some bit of more surveillance, or at least better if they have like metal detectors. Get make sure those things are A1 material. Make sure your security is on top of everything, like your surveillance, all that stuff. Like, you need to be, because like if you go to a Walmart, bro, all you see is that dude or whoever is driving around and that dang truck that they have. You know what I'm saying? And maybe occasionally you see a couple of officers patrol. But if you can just get past the truck and officers and just walk into a Walmart with a fully automatic weapon and not have gotten like a metal detector ringed off or something, that's an issue. That security
Mm-hmm.
is the issue. It's like knowing that you have this security. Like, I probably sound a little crazy with how I'm saying everything, but like knowing that you have that up to date security at the most, especially something that can detect a firearm at the most, like, I feel like it'd be a lot easier. I feel like it'd be a lot easier to prevent these situations, like remove the person from these situations, whatever the case may be that they need to do. Like, I just think security in these public environments need to be on its P's and Q's because we're lacking right now. Like, how many more kids, elderly, or just people living their day-to-day life, how many more of those people are we gonna lose before we try to make a difference?